Yo, what's up, community? Nightmare here. Alright, so we had some big reveals that happened previously this week at New York Toy Fair. The one thing I am super excited for is the DC collectibles icons line. Now, you know, before it was always Mattel that had pushed the 6-inch line for, you know, DC figures, but, you know, limited articulation, accessibility, or character wise, I would say was a major downfall. But this new line that's coming in looks to replace it in a big way. Now, my DCUC will still be near dear to my heart, but I can't front, these things look really good. Starting off, Batman, he just stands out to me as one of the better ones out of the line. I think they all look good, but this Batman just looks phenomenal. Could be the definitive Batman in my opinion. Articulation wise, everything looks good. Paint, DC Collectibles really pushes the limit on sculpts, so that's going to be big right there. Now, the only major issue I have with this is how will the durability hold up. DC Collectibles has a hit and miss with figures, especially with the newer Batman the Animated Series. There's figures that are breaking off like crazy. Ankle, wrist, those are the main points. So hopefully if DC Collectibles can clean that up, then these figures will be the must get, in my opinion. Something that can possibly rival Legends. I doubt that, but hey, we'll have to see. So far, things are looking really good. So here we got 3 of them, so just 2 more to go, and we're gonna have Abominus build, or Orden. That's just a weird name to me still, but this line right here from Unique Toys, I think is really nicely done. I really like how everybody has almost the same body type. The articulation is the same. Everyone looks like a cohesive unit when they're in robot mode. When they're in their alt mode, their beast modes, or sort of say that they are completely different. So that's a nice little twist on them. But the color scheme on them I really like. It's just nice that they're all one group. I mean, it just looks like a full team. Similar to like the Constructicons with their color scheme. They all share the same color. Even Predaking, they share the same color scheme. But the most part for the other combiners, they're different color schemes going on. I think the Combaticons, they had a darker tone as well, but they were all different colors. But even in their alt modes, I mean, you can see in robot mode these guys share the same type of mold, except for well, they all even still have stuff on their back as well. See Troll, he's got stuff on his back. Snapdragon, or whatever his name is, and then he's got all this stuff going on. So I do like that. So they put everything basically on their back. So I'm just really excited for this line. I just can't wait to finish it up. The other 2 have yet to go on pre-order, so as soon as that drops, hey, I'm pre-ordering right away. Let's see what we got in the box. It's been about 4 months. Now we got the secondary box. Alright, so this is my first official grade from CBCS. A grading company. They've only been around for maybe a year, maybe less than that. Now, a little story behind this. I was at Rose City Comic Con in September. And my favorite artist was there, Clayton Crane. And, you know, I knew he was going to be there. I had got something signed from him the prior convention. So this one, I just wanted to get some artwork from him. And I had noticed directly across from him was, you know, CBCS. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know there was a grading company that was going to be there. I had never heard of them. The only people I've known about or even heard of was CGC. So basically, I went over to them and said, hey, you know, I asked some information and stuff like that. They were all very helpful. So I was like, okay, let me just go find a comic to claim Crane to sign because I was only there for that Saturday, and I didn't have any of my books with me. So basically, ran over to somebody's little stand, and I looked through each one of these X-Force comics and just grabbed whatever one. This was kind of like a test trial. I just wanted to see how it all worked. The CGC one, I've gotten a few comics from them, but I've done it through my comic shop. I just dropped off the comic to them, and they take care of the rest. This one was officially just all me and stuff. The guys were more than willing to help, and I just grabbed the comic, and I checked them over, and I was like, well, whatever happens. I'm not really worried about what it's graded. I just wanted to get something official from Crane. I do have this comic already signed by him and Yost as well, but that one I got framed and sitting on the wall. So this one, it received a 9.0. Like I said, I wasn't even tripping about the score. I just wanted to give this whole thing a test run, see how I felt about their service and stuff. So it took about, I'm going to say about 4 months or so to get back to me, and I know they've had issues at the start with their plastics, but everything seems to be well ordered now. You can see here's the label. The yellow, of course, stands for Signed Series. It says Marvel, the date, the year, the cover artist, the story. It even says signed by him on that date. And then Bastian's appearance, bloody variant. So it all looks pretty good. The quality of the plastic seems nice. So I definitely am going to do a lot more grading in this coming up year, and a couple more signatures as well, because I got a few more conventions I got to head up to and see if I can get stuff done. And then here's the back, of course. Tells the story. So it all looks good, and everything came packaged very well. You got extra cushioning in here, bubble wrap. I mean, they did a stand-up job, so I definitely recommend this service to anybody. Prices vary as much. This one, for it all, was $40, so well worth it to get your comics in pristine condition for life. So definitely look them up. CBCS. Alright, so here's a look at both the encapsulations here. CGC on the right and CBCS on the left. I'm still new to the whole grading thing. I only have a few comics that are graded. This is the first one I actually sent out on my own, and then of course this one, the CGC one, is the one I sent through my comic shop, and they did all the paperwork and all the stuff for me. So I'll continue to use both services. Again, I don't have an issue with either one. I think both the cases are nice. The CG or CBCS one is just a little taller, just by an inch, but they both share the same width, so it's not a big deal or anything kind of spectacular for each one. It's just nice to have them encapsulated and just preserved forever. You can see both of them have kind of the same similarities. The scores are both on the left side. The logo's on the far right. It's got all the, the big name of the issue, and then all the writers and stuff, and author is the same thing, artists and stuff. So it's just nice the way they both look. Of course, they both kind of share the same coloring system. Like yellow represents signature, blue I think is just regular, and then they got stuff here and there for others. Now, I just basically, for me, it's just what the covers I like. I like to get graded, and key issues, of course. And a lot of people, they do like the big Golden Age ones and stuff. I don't have too many Golden Age comics, or Silver Age for that matter. Mostly my stuff is bronze and a lot of modern. But I do have a couple of Silver Age things, so I'm looking forward to getting those done as well. But for the most part, it's just what I like, and it's the same way with collecting. It's whatever I like, and it's nice to have these things, like I said, preserved for life. So definitely, if you got comics, I would say look into it. The good thing about CBCS is you don't have to have a subscription or any kind of fees like that. I know CGC requires a fee to become a member and stuff like that. So that's why I use my comic shop, because it just eliminates all that, and it's actually a lot cheaper too. I just send it out to them and they mail it off. So and they take care of all this. So that's a good tip for you guys out there if you're looking to get into this kind of stuff. I still got a whole lot more comics I want to get graded and stuff, and now that I know there's a or a grading company that goes to the cons that I go to, I'll use that definitely to get some more signatures and stuff. So we got Emerald City in March, and I've got my comics picked out that I'm going to take up there with me, and even some that are not going to get signed, I'm just going to send them off to them. So I don't know. Well, the next one I am going to send out will be a fast pass. So like I said, this first one, it took about 4 months or so, and now I'm going to do the fast pass and see how long that one takes. So stay tuned for that. We found the one amiibo I really wanted the most out of anyone that was coming out was Mega Man, and I found him. Went to Fred Meyer's. They have him on the whole other side on this end cap. It's facing towards the back. You can't hardly see him. But I went over there. I looked down. It was all the ones I seen. But on the very top, it wasn't even on a peg. It was on the top. There he was, Mega Man. And I snatched that thing so fast. Oh man, this was the guy I wanted to get from the start. I love Mega Man, his character. I've been a huge fan since I was a kid. I hope Capcom decides to make another game with him. I mean, I don't know what they're doing, but Capcom's in a world of trouble. But yeah, he's just got his classic little pose. Nothing major. I would have liked it if they had a variant with him, kind of pointing out the cannon, but that's all right. Now these things, like I said, I've also got Bowser. I picked him up the other day as well. Now he's going to be common because there was already so many of them. I don't know why Nintendo decided to go this route. You have so many that are flooding the market. Mario is overwhelming. I mean, they can't even get rid of him. And then you're going to have some, I don't know if this is going to be common or uncommon because I only saw one. And then the rest of the wave, I can't remember who was in it. But yeah, it's I don't know why they decided to do that. I would hope that they, in the future, 2 each case. That way there's not a whole lot of flooding, because right now it just seems like the major popular characters, those are the ones that get the major release, I would say. I'm not sure how to put it. It just seems like they're going to be the ones that you're going to see the most of on pegs, which how it is now. Pikachu, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, I mean, they're still there. And then these ones, which you might find one per every other case. I'm hoping it's one per case, but it doesn't look like it the way my stores are doing it. So hopefully they will continue on with this line and make it more available for the fans. Had a nice little haul this week. Was able to hit up Target and find another speeder bike trooper. These things are $24, but if you want, you can go on Big Bad Toy Store and find this figure there. He's around $27 there, so that's a good price in my opinion. Then you got shipping, so definitely look into that. I was also able to find 2 more pilots. I really like the way these guys came out. I know last week I showed one of them off. These guys look really impressive. So I'm up to 3 now on the army build with the pilots and 2 for the speeder bikes. So hopefully I can find a few more. All I saw there was Jabba the Hutt's, and don't really care for that one, but I might pick it up eventually here. But the important thing for right now, I'm trying to find any troopers I can get. Yeah, if I can find them in retail, I'm going to snag them up real quick. And I know Big Bad Toy Store also has Stormtroopers. They have a box set of them, about 4. I believe they're still up. So you can get them for $80, so which is a deal. So I'm probably going to have to go down that route as well. So, all right, so I went to the game last night. My Blazers taking on the Mavericks. We beat them, of course. But before the game, I was able to finally get this autograph, this Damian Lillard Rip City McFarlane variant. This one is the something out of 500. Where is it? There it is. 432 out of 400 or 500. Nicest guy in the world. I mean, he signs almost everybody's stuff, you know, when he can. Just an all-around class dude. His autograph is a little weird, though. I don't know. It's like a D and then lettering the L. I don't know how he does it, but finally got it done. Super happy about it. This guy's going to be around for a while. The game, of course, we had a loss. We lost Wesley Matthews for the year. Torn Achilles, so hope he gets plenty of rest and heals up.